I enjoy coming to on-site because the routes are pretty world class. We got some world class setters over here. We got
New people setting different routes, so everything is so fresh and challenging.
We really like the routes here because they're really challenging.
I do really like the climbs here, the leading.
Yes, they are very strong climbers, where they are accepting to new climbers too. So it's a big family.
We kind of help each other get better in a way, whether it's mentally or physically. You get to learn new stuff every day, because every day is a new experience.
Singapore being the crossroad of many culture makes this place a great place to come, train of course, but also mingle with other people.
That's where you realize that, oh, this is actually quite cool. Like, that's how friendships build.
Climbing is actually a good community. I mean, the people here, they enjoy climbing together, spend time together. I mean, you can make friends with just a random person right now. So, it's pretty cool.
I think the moves here are really powerful and or you get these really small holes. Best feeling ever.
You feel like you're on top of the world. The more challenging it is, the more I want to take it on.
The adrenaline rush, it feels great and very rewarding. That you push yourself to the end, even though you can't make it, but you still push yourself.
It's very refreshing to see how enthusiastic people are about climbing.
I just love the movement, I guess. Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah, I really love it here.
This gym has a certain kind of people, special attraction to certain group of people who are really psyched. People like this one. Unlimited power and energy.
And they really, literally, they're building the scene here, which is amazing because it's something you only get the chance to witness once.
Cool, man.
Sumimasen.
いや、黒い服に合わせてこれですよ。東京粉末のブラックはもう何でも合いますよ。
Good morning. If you're joining us right now for Pumpfest 2017, you are watching U17 Finals. So right now on the wall for the guys we have Poksakon Chotikrai from Assumption College, and on the right side of our first female climber is Jezebel from Springfield Secondary. Well, that's a really fast finish from there. Our climber from Thailand, our Poksakon from Thailand, making it look really, really easy, starting off with the U17 17 finals. And this is Jezebel. So all of them are really, really young, because our U17, all these climbing athletes under age of 17, the pride and joy of our own countries as well as our neighboring countries, all fighting it out for a podium position. I mean, they are getting younger and younger. Just because they are young doesn't mean they're not able to hold their own. Yeah. And that's the thing about being young sometimes, because when you're younger, you're actually more willing to try everything. There's no fear, no hesitation in every step that you take. And that was actually how Poxacon was. So he kind of just go for it without much hesitation, making it really hard for the upcoming climbers. And he's the first climber with a long list.
Yeah. So for this route for the girls, looks very tricky. It seems like a big move towards the right.
Yeah, it's quite a big move towards the right, and I'm not sure how you're gonna figure out the left side, even though there's a little tile on top.
Yeah.
But it's actually a flat surface tile, so probably not very good for the movements. It's a huge jump towards the right if you look at it, and for Jezebel, she's not exactly very advantageous in height. It's gonna take a big move for her.
I think, I'm not too sure if I'm reading this correctly, but I think she has to bump her left hand further up in the volume and push away from it. Yeah, this way.
Yeah, this way.
Yeah. So it's actually within arm's length already, but she has to
Yes,
start.
but the amount of the tension that she has
She has
to
to
start on the towel. Yes.
So she
So that's the
figured it
tricky
out.
part. Yes, that's the tricky part. So, because like most of the time you're so anxious to get on the
Yeah.
route and continue, you may waste a few attempts. And then once she's figured it out, that's
Yeah.
Jezebel for you, U17. Doing really huge favors for the climbers coming up.
Strong start.
Very very strong stuff from
Yeah.
both of them. And as you can see, the weather's a little not as advantageous now, but the good thing about this is that if it rains now, then it will be even better weather for tonight, which is the event highlights, the Open Finals.
Yeah.
It's gonna be really exciting. And next up for our climbers, we have Sean Tay from Springfield Secondary School for the boys, as well as Joelle from Outram Secondary School for the ladies.
So they have 3.5 minutes to figure out the route. So they have been isolated. So this is the first time they're actually seeing this route. So it's important for them to take a few seconds, about half a minute, to figure it out and make their way through the route. I think route 1, most boys are. I mean,
I'm not sure if the
two
route.
boys.
Yeah, I'm not sure if the route is easy in a sense.
I think it's easy
but,
to read.
Yeah, it's easy to read, but to execute it is a lot more different. Like how Sean is fidgeting with the tile, the bonus tile, is heading straight for the next. So the execution part is usually the one that daunts most climbers.
Yeah.
Because it's always easy to read anything, but to actually mold it and solve it, they take a lot more tension on the feet. Oh, so close. It's Joelle.
So the first is the same thing. Just now, our climbers, they locked and they pull instead of pushing away from the starting tile.
Actually I think it's the way we start. So most of the time we are so inclined to having both hands straight away on
Yeah.
the starting hold before we go forth.
Yeah.
But like Jezebel did, she just jumped up first
Yeah.
and then she got her position before she started.
Yeah.
So it's a little tricky. Probably a good exposure to the new climbers.
So this is where that so-called demonstration climbing kind of like
That's,
takes away.
Sean. Well done, Sean.
Nice.
Beautiful one from Sean right there. Yeah, so a lot of times they actually have demo climbers,
Yes.
correct? But for finals, they don't.
Yeah.
So this is probably the first few times they actually have to figure out the entire beta on their own.
I mean, it takes some practice. I mean, you can do it on your own in the gym, where you go into the gym and tell yourself that you are going to so-called on-site the route. You're not gonna like watch anybody climb it. But most of the time, the most practice you get is if you compete a lot, and then if you keep going to finals and you keep practicing this isolation format.
Yeah, so it's a good exposure for them because moving up to novice is going to be a whole different ball game, and of course as you progress to inter and of course the opens, it just gets the difference between these two categories are really huge.
Yeah, there's always a steep learning curve every time you move up.
She's figured it out. It's just gotta get a start. So she's figured out more or less how she has to move. So now the problem is to position herself in that specific manner.
She figured it out just now in her second last attempt, but she wasn't too sure because her other hand didn't touch the
Yeah, it didn't
starting
latch
tile.
onto.
Yeah. so she wasn't too sure. So if you're wondering how our U17 participants are doing, you can actually check out the live scoring at pumpfest.crimp.rocks. So that's pumpfest.crimp.rocks. And if you're watching right now, watching your friends, your children, your siblings, just say hi to us. Huijen and Patrice are right here.
Yeah, so we'll be here with you for the whole entire day. It's gonna be a long day and it's going to be very, very exciting. It only gets more and more exciting from here. And a lot of these climbers, so joining us again on Route 1 now is Muhammad Ezekiel from Springfield, as well as Yimlamai from Thailand. Apologies if I'm not able to pronounce it well, but we know they're very, very strong, and I look forward to how they're gonna climb today. And Jezebel on the second route. It's a bit of a powerful kind of route on the second route.
She figured it out quite fast.
Yeah. And that was a Yimlamai, really, really fast on the first female routes.
So that's the thing about rotation. You have 3.5 minutes to climb, but you don't have to use up the entire time. You can, if you finish your climb fast enough, you get extra rest because it's in rotation. So they actually, when you're climbing, and then your next turn will be a rest.
It's probably their first few times to be in this category itself, because for one, age is the defining factor for this category, but at the same time, to actually have fought through so many qualifiers just to get a position here, they have to be able to hold their own.
So this route for the girls, the second route for the girls, it looks powerful from the bonus tile to the
Route
volume.
4, yeah, Route 4. It actually reminds me of the Open Men, if you remember. The Open Men qualifiers.
Oh yes.
The Open Men semi qualifiers yesterday was similar.
So all these routes are brought to you by On-Site Climbing Gym. They've been working tirelessly these past few days, putting up the tiles, testing them, making sure that our climbers will have a hard time. I mean, that's their
to
job.
make sure they enjoy it.
difficult.
But at the same time, it's not too easy for them to finish. Such that it's unable to determine the factors. But all these climbers, they're making the route setters' life a bit hard also sometimes.
Yeah. I think most of the time the on-site team, most of the time they would say that it's that kind of job where it's their job to make things hard for people.
Yeah, and they get the blame for it.
They get paid for making people like,
and then they get kind of like judged for that. Like stop making life difficult. But that is the reality of competitions.
Yeah. And I mean, if it's too easy, you wouldn't have too much fun.
Yeah.
It's only because you fought through it, and then you can tell that people that
the sense of
hard.
accomplishment.
Yes.
And it's Kale not giving up.
So right now, all eyes on Route 1. Those white handholds and footholds, then they have really small edges. Like you can't really tell from here. So it's same for the climbers. They're really looking for that good spot. There's always this sweet spot for most of these tiles.
Correct. And the worst thing is that I've experienced a lot of these tiles before. The underside is completely smooth.
Yeah.
So you can't actually crimp it very well.
Yeah.
You have to find a way to load instead of instead of rely entirely on your fingers. And next up we have Chris Chot from Thailand also. Very strong climbers from Thailand. Chris Chot on his first route of the day, as well as Pusari on her first route, and right now on Route 4 we have Joelle on her second route, as well as Sean on his second route. So that is Chris Chot and Joelle.
Right, so we see another top on Route 2, the first route for the girls. I have the feeling that if you finish this route, the second route, you'll be quite safe. But if you are not, you might not be as safe as the others because most of them had finished it. I think only one has not finished it so far. Or
Yeah,
two.
but it's a bit early to tell too.
True.
Cause we're barely halfway through our climbers, and there's so many more routes upcoming. Yeah, so if you see how Chris Trot is holding the tiles, you have to find a very, very specific way of loading. You can't really crimp it much. So it's moving slowly.
So inching his way to the end, really close, eyeing it.
Oh, so close.
Left hand slipped,
It's a +3.
but he still have a lot of time.
It's just a lot of time. So it's about 1 minute and a half. There'll be plenty of time.
So right now on the right of our screen, holding the bonus tile. So it's getting through those two yellow volumes.
So close. Yeah, so the route setters were nice in the sense that they are left a little bit of in-cut between them.
Yeah.
But just to get to that position, you gotta go through the huge volume. So we've seen how even the open ladies and gentlemen have struggled with the volume itself.
Yeah.
So it's amazing how all these U17 climbers are able to tackle a volume.
Yeah.
It's like most of the time, once I see a volume, I'll just it's okay. Next time, maybe next time.
Start them young.
Just yeah. I started too late, I guess.
Okay, so our climber on Route 4 has reached the same spot again. Trying to reach. Nice! That match fit was probably the key to that. Because just now our previous climbers, they have the left leg and right leg below, but she matched feet on the foothold on the right side. So she was able to get this. Now she needs to turn out.
Oh! She's gotta cross over to
Yeah.
latch on.
Her legs are just now, right, currently pointing to the left
Oh wow!
side.
Wow, that's from Chris Short.
Nice.
So he almost slipped off, but he held on so tightly onto the route. It was a good thing he did too.
You can tell that they really want it.
They really want it. I mean, well, you may not be able to join U17 again next year as you grow, but it's always good to be to get as many as you can. I mean, this is the one time they get a chance to finish the routes, and if you come all the way from Thailand, enjoy yourself here.
Yeah. So I'm not sure if you guys who are watching can see it's actually raining now.
Yeah.
It's still raining.
It's drizzling, but the good thing is that if it drizzles now, it's gonna be good weather tonight for the finals. So yeah, I'm looking forward to the finals tonight. I'm gonna get hyped up.
I have the feeling that most people are still at home, just waking up.
Yeah.
And then they're gonna make their way here later on.
But as you proceed with your dailies, just search on your YouTube, and say hi to us, give us a like, and that's good progress. That's good progress. Just hang on tight. It's Yim Lamai. She's very controlled on the volume. She's slowly. Oh wow, very very controlled.
So she has to turn out.
I think it will be a nice one. She's
Very nice.
Very nice. That's our first top for her. She's got
2 hands.
Wow! I guess she figured out.
She really wants to
she
secure
wants
it. She doesn't want to risk it.
That's a great job from Yim Lamai on her second route. And of course, we gotta welcome Alphuit from Thailand as well, and Eileen on both their first routes of the day. And a quick look back to Jezebel.
So right now we are looking at the last problem for the girls. So this part of the wall is actually a slab. So most of the time our route setters would put really small handholds and testing the sense of balance of the climbers. So it's a lot more on footwork. So it's often a misconception by people who are not versed with climbing that they think all you need is pulling.
But all you need is the strength, like you gotta have a lot of strength. But no, you see
strength,
you see all of them.
Leg power also matters. The ability to do pistol squat, one leg stance.
Yeah, it's about how you put your strengths and weaknesses and just overcome them, and you have to be very all-rounded actually. Because you can't if you rely so much on your hands, you could injure yourself easily because fingers and
and shoulder injuries are very common. But at the same time, proper guidance around, you would be, oh, wow, that is a span right there. A beautiful one from Alfred, also from Thailand. Well done. Thailand's really crushing it this time round. And of course, Jezebel.
I think this is our first look on Route 5.
So Route 5 for the men.
It looks powerful at the start.
Yeah,
Very dynamic.
It's a little dynamic.
But I'm not too sure if that's actually the intended. There might be a different way.
And a beautiful one right there from Eileen. Really gracefully taking on the top. But as you were mentioning, yeah, I think the Route 5 for the boys, Poxacon, just looking a little daunted right there. But it's did a pretty great job so far. I mean, to qualify for U17 itself, it's a tough fight with more than 40, 50 climbers just to get into the top 8 positions. And hello Kyla. Yeah, this is Huijin, and also a shout out to Patrice. She's also the commentator for today. And so right now, fan favorite on Route 1 is Alex. Fan favorite from Alex, and as well as on the final route of her day, we have Joelle.
So right now, if you can see why our volumes are all white. In climbing, we use this thing called chalk to make sure your hands are dry.
Yes.
Yeah, and one of our sponsors actually in the goodie bag, there's like
the goodie bag itself has a really nice chalk
from Tokyo Powder Industries.
Yes, and you know what's the best thing about the Tokyo Powder Industries chalk? It smells so nice.
And it's so smooth.
Yes, it's very nice on the fingers too.
Yeah, so it's very important to chalk up when you're dealing with volumes, because you're doing contact strength. And if you're someone like me who have sweaty palms, it gets so frustrating when halfway your climb you want to chalk up.
Yeah, and it's also good because it doesn't make you feel it doesn't daunt on you that you have sweaty palms and stuff. So, but you see all these climbers just busking on the wall. It's probably no sweat to them for now, but as they have accumulated exhaustion over the previous routes, when by the time they reach Route 3, most of them are exhausted. But a good one right there from Pusari on Route 2. Well done.
These climbers are making this route easy, but I'm pretty sure they're not. It's just that they're strong.
It's just they're that strong. Now, of course, hi Kyla, if you're at home, so you should probably come down to Tampines soon to watch all the strong men and women clouds itself. They actually have a nice in-cut for them.
Yeah.
But their reach may or may not be able to get that reach because of the positions that they're starting in.
Yeah. It's always hard to change from a pull, then immediately change it to a push.
Yes, and will that be a finish from Joelle? Well done.
We see a finish on the slab route.
So now we can tell that all the routes are routes for the ladies are possible.
Yes.
But like we said, it's insane sometimes to see how young they are and how amazing they can be.
So if you're looking at the screen, you see the NTU ODEC organizers. So they are here the past few days, and they have been planning this event for about a year. So making sure that everything that's needed logistically, manpower are here. So just want to thank them for working so hard these past few days and all the days before that.
And the open finals is today, this evening. So make sure you drop by this evening, happening in shortly about 5 hours more. So even if you're in Tampines, even if you're in Jurong, you can always make your way here. You're 5 hours, no excuses for you. But of course, if you're really unable to make it, you can drop by the YouTube live stream, proudly brought to you by Onsite. So gotta a big welcome to Van Essen Anya to Van Essen Anya on her first route of the day, as well as Ryan Randy on his first route.
So we just saw a finish there on Route 4 for the girls. Nicely done. It's amazing. Oh, wow. It was fast.
Flexible.
Very, very flexible, instinctive is Vanessa Anya. And she's very, very young. She looks very, very young.
She looks cute.
I'm wondering what I was
Cute.
doing when I was the age. Probably running around, not knowing what I want to do. And just going good progress.
So I'm not too sure. I don't think
Is it
anybody has
Kale?
stopped this route for the guys.
Yes,
yeah,
for
the last
Ezekiel.
one.
But he's come along the longest way so far.
Yeah.
Ezekiel on route 2. And Ryan Randy.
So what I enjoy about watching climbers up close like this in a live stream is that you can see the facial expression and you can see the thoughts that are running through their mind, calculating how much power they should do, what they should work on while they are on the wall.
That's it from Ryan Randy, sorry. And I'm gonna see another finish from Yim Mai.
Big smile right there at the end. There's a camera people up there, so making sure that this day is remembered and captured for all of you.
Just 40 seconds in. Let's see whether the boys are able to finish this route.
This route looks very interesting. It's a lot of volumes on the most inclined wall.
And the thing is that I never actually noticed it.
Yeah.
But it's a very long route if you look at it.
Yes.
It's a little bit far, it's a bit stretchy.
Yeah.
But that's it from Ezekiel. But up next we have Chris Chott on his third route and Alex on his second route. I'm gonna welcome Dylan from United World College. Dylan actually qualified first, so we're gonna see his performance.
Yeah.
Seeing how the ones before him are already doing very, very well. And of course, for the ladies, we have Aaron Newson from Thailand. I'm sorry if I slaughtered the pronunciation, but Aaron Newson from Thailand, as well as Nicholson from Singapore American School, and Pusari on her third route. And Erison is so small. She's very tiny, but very confident in her win. Just very confidently. Was that a flash attempt?
Yeah, it is.
Wow!
I think so.
Wow.
It's really good.
And just Nicholson on the second route. Oh, so close right there from Dylan.
So it's not a sure thing with the end.
That is a very good progress from Sean. Wow.
Someone finished the long route.
Wow.
I mean, there's no footholds over there.
It's probably one of their first exposures to a route that is completely
bare,
made out of volume.
Yeah. And it's mostly, I mean, yeah, we say that climbing is not all about arm strength, but I think that particular route you really need to engage your shoulder and your forearms a lot.
And it's not just that once you're engaged, you gotta control as you move because volumes are such that in a position, once you overstep or undercompensate, you may just slip off very, very easily. So I'm still looking to how all these climbers will continue to wow us.
A much steadier end.
A very graceful finish from Dylan right there. And I like his specs. It's like Harry Potter specs. I just realized that. And route 2 is
I can see some of our climbers look tired.
Is Chris Trot.
I mean, these routes are not easy. They accumulate. So if you started with your first route, even though you have 3.5 minutes rest, sometimes it's not enough. You still need to power through and to summon all your strength to make sure that you pull through for your second and last route.
Yeah, and the thing is that like, most of the time when I climb, whether or not I do finish the route, once I start an attempt, I usually take like 5 minutes of break and I'll be like, I'm done. Okay, hang on, I'm done. But 3 minutes and a half to finish as many times, have to do the route and then take a quick break before your next route is intense. And they're so young, gonna see how well they're gonna progress in the next few competitions. I mean, there are a lot more coming up with Boulder Active coming up, and there's also Asian Youth Championship. Probably gonna see some of these climbers there.
And then there's Transcend.
And there's
coming up.
Transcend coming up. All these really, really young and rising stars.
So this Route 6 for the girls is actually quite long. It starts all the way from the right and ends more to the left. And the thing about long routes is that if you fall off, you will have to take more time to redo the entire route, because just for you to make your move towards the left sometimes takes about 10 seconds, 15 seconds. So sometimes flashing the route is quite important, making sure you do it right the first time you do it.
And also because when it's your first attempt, you have no hesitations. You're not gonna be daunted by any moves or anything. But once you tried something and actually it may or may not fail, you get daunted sometimes. But also, of course, it could be a good experience, and now you're not so afraid of moving. And of course, our top qualifier is Aaron Newson on her second route, as well as is it Alex, if I'm not wrong?
Right now we are looking at Route 5, really fighting through that volume. That lock on the left side, the engagement on the shoulder is really, really hard.
So apologies, that was actually Chris Chott. Apologies for that, but Chris Chott, and of course struggling Nicholson.
Need one more hand for it to be counted as a top.
Wow.
There you go.
Wow. I wouldn't have thought of putting a heel right there. I would actually think of kicking off the volume instead. But flexibility right there.
So right now we are watching Route 6, finding her balance. So there's no more tile on that volume that she's holding. It's just one tile, the small one. And they're not really that deep, these tiles. So they're just enough for you to pull yourself over. But if you pull too much, you might just lose your balance and drop off. So you have to be precise.
And it's Eileen. There's Ryan.
I think this route is my favorite route for the guys.
Which one? The second one?
Yeah, the one on the
Route
left.
3.
Yeah.
You're sadistic. But yeah, it's one of the most interesting U17 routes I've seen so far. But actually, for the females, the third route, Route 6, the one that Eileen is on right now, it's also really, really interesting. Just moving gracefully.
So they have less than a minute, but I think it's enough. I think it can be done. Just need to stay focused.
And gotta make the attempt count.
Yeah, exactly.
Just gotta slowly cross your fingers over.
So right now we are looking at Route 5, the last one for the guys. I'm not too sure if he attempts it again, there'll be... I don't think so. I think he's gonna give it a rest.
That's it for him. For now is
So a climber right here on the second route for the guys. Tried to rush for the route.
Yeah, that's Ryan, but last 5 seconds.
Yeah.
We've always seen miracles happen in the last 5 seconds.
Yeah. So if you're watching right now and you want to know how our U17 finalists are doing, just check out the live scoring at pumpfest.crib.rocks.
And right now on the leaderboard is you can see who is on the leaderboard.
For the girls, leading the girls is Yim Lamai Yosita, followed by Fosiri Nichanan, and third is Van Essen Anya. But this score are not final yet. And for the guys, leading the guys is Alex Ho, followed by Puxakon, And on third we have Sean. But take note, there are still climbers on the wall, and definitely this score
And,
will move.
Beautiful, beautiful one right there from with that is Van and Anya. Well done, Van and Anya.
There are no footholds on those volumes, the AIX volumes. It's really working a lot on your tension on your legs.
And then just slowly inching off. So close.
Looking
There's
closely at the score, I just realized that Yim Lamai finished all the routes.
Wow.
For the U17
Yeah, so
Finals.
I think it's a close tight. It's a close fight, sorry, but
the following, the people following her,
it's mostly
they have
twos.
twos. So if
They're gonna be a
top-
close fight.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. It's not
and
easy.
Alex, as well as Nicholson. Nicholson on the last route for the day.
So as much as climbers are trying to focus on the climb and on the movement, they also have to keep in mind the time. They must be able to execute the movements in the time. If they miss the time, it won't count. So, I mean, sports is always about the boundaries around it, not just the physical boundaries on the wall, but also the limitations that is given to you because of the time limit.
You know, there's Nicholson. Every single move, not giving up. 50 seconds on the clock. She's got to make it count. Well done right there.
And she did.
Well done. Definitely going to have a shuffle in the leaderboard, but we're going to see if there is a shuffle in the podium finishes. And of course, again with the top right there.
Very nice.
Dylan. So Dylan qualified first in the qualifiers. So we're going to see if he's going to be able to maintain his stature. And of course, with 16 seconds left, Alex is not going to give up. Just keep going.
So Dylan had actually moved up in the
and of course,
scoring.
Alex wants to get the bonus, at least the bonus. Just come on, inching his way for the bonus with 3 seconds. And but
he ran out of time.
So even though the whistle sounded, at the very least he's gotten a bonus very securely.
Exactly. That would count.
Yes, I gotta give it up for his never stop trying attitude right there.
Yeah.
And of course, moving up now, we have Ryan with us again.
So right now we are looking at Route 6, the final route for the girls.
For Van and Anya. So Van has a very high chance of finishing all 3-2 to fight with Yim Lamai to get the podium finishes, but he's gotta take good chance of this.
I love her bun.
It's so cute.
Exactly. Sporty and trendy.
Yes. There's a little scrunchy right there.
Yeah.
And she's just looking very comfortable on the slab there. So even though slabs are actually usually nice in the sense you can lean on it, the volume is so huge, so it pushes you off the wall.
Yeah.
So it's like as she chalked it up, she's wasting a lot of energy on the tile itself, but she has to because the volume is pushing her off the wall.
Yeah. You really need to engage your core on this.
And so because she's a little shorter than most other climbers, but she's very nimble on her feet and her hands. So so climbing is not about gonna be tall or anything. There's always a way of compensating. And of course, Ryan with a secured bonus right there. So the tile after the bonus is really a little undercling right there with a small in cut. Very powerful move.
Very nice.
Yeah.
So right now it's about pushing very nimble, very secure, right there.
Can see the grit on her
Yes.
face. She really wanted that top.
Yeah, she just totally relied on one side of her body. Just
Yeah.
go for it. And then Ryan, a little advantages for Ryan, a little taller than most of the climbers in front of him. So he doesn't really need to jump for the bonus. He can reach out for it. But it becomes cramped at this point because he's
true.
tall. So it could be advantageous too. In a sense, he could reach for the towel after the bonus, but at the same time, because it's cramped up. So we're gonna see how he maneuvers through. And just moving.
So I was looking at the score for the girls. Van Essen, moved up, but because of attempts to top, by one mere attempt to top, she's second to Yim Lamai.
Yes, so I guess it's a secured podium finish right now.
But the results are not final yet. We will have to wait for our
finalized result, which will be released on the Pumpfest page. But of course, the
Get a
support
good
doesn't
gauge.
stop there.
Yeah. So after U17, we will actually have the Novice Finals, and that would also be on live stream. So you're definitely not gonna miss out, even if you're not here. You just have to click on the link.
Of course,
So right now we are looking at Route 6 and Route 5.
And it's a little struggle for all the climbers right there.
The thing about slaball is it's not always about slow and steady. Sometimes you need to do a bit of a fast twitch sometimes, especially when you're trying to match feet. If you do it too slowly, you might just lose your balance and ease out. It's always finding the nice balance between when to burst and when to take it slow.
And just Dylan.
Securing
Pretty
the
much like
bonus.
Ryan, a lot taller than most of the climbers in front of him. So advantages in one way, but also cramped up. And then his Harry Potter specs, I can't unnotice now. I can't unsee it. And Aaron Discern.
I think he's a bit stumped with the route. He's trying to figure it out, thinking it through. But he still have time. I think more than enough time for him to figure it out and try to give it a go.
And of course, last route, Aaron Discern. Slow and steady.
So her left leg need to catch the next volume that is on the left. I think if she got that with the left leg, she will be quite stable. Yeah, but she's hesitating right now. I don't think her right leg feels comfortable. That's why.
Slow and steady. Moving forth.
Yeah, if she breach her left leg across, it should be okay.
She's almost there. Oh, so close with Dylan. No. Oh no. Just wasted a lot of time on the route
She
itself,
hesitated, so the hesitation kind of...
Yeah, it daunted on her, but it's okay. Just a minute. So she's used to the movement of going up.
Yeah.
So probably gonna do it easier now. So we're gonna see whether she can tackle the same problem. So she's doing it very fast now.
Yeah, she muscle
It's
memory.
It's like an instinctive kind of muscle memory thing.
So right now we are looking at our climbers on the last route.
Dylan. And of course, upcoming next very soon is the Novice Finals, and that's it for Dylan for today. Oh, okay, he's gonna try again. I hope he tries too.
So finally, we'll see an end just in the nick of time. Still have 15 seconds to spare, but there's the top right there. So looking at the score for the girls, all the girls that are on the top 3 position all have 3 tops currently.
So of course we're gonna take a quick break before the Novice Finals gonna come back, in slightly under an hour. Slightly under about minutes. And we're gonna have the Novice Finals out. And of course the Inter-Finals after that, and the most exciting event of the day, the Open Finals. So we're going to bring it to you live stream on YouTube, but of course come on down to Tampines Hub and we'll see you right there. So I'm Hui Chen.
And I'm Patrice.
And we're going to see you again very, very soon.
Climbing is a sport where it's all about movement. It's really about understanding of how far you can push the body and setting routes to make people do that and just see them try and figure it out. It just gives you a real big kick. You go move by move, see what works, see what doesn't, see what we can refine. Just keep tweaking until it's perfect. And then we put it out. Like just finding the right handhold to do the moves that you want. That's a good thing about working here.
To me, I'm doing like more bouldering. So you get probably one of the biggest, if not the biggest, bouldering area in Singapore. And furthermore, they're paying a lot of attention to route setting.
Climbing around in South Africa and in London, I can definitely say that on-site has some really competitive routes.
Well, of course, on-site is the biggest gym in Singapore. On-site kind of has everything that you need to actually get better in climbing, whether it's the walls, there's different kind of angle of walls, and there's a lot of equipment around here, like the hangboards around here, like the TRX. So on-site itself has everything that every climber needs to get better.
Yep, I'm studying sports science in Republic Poly, and you can learn while climbing rather than in class. Coming here is more fun. The staff are nice. If I commit any mistakes, they are ready to help me better myself and teach me good values while working here.
Like the people here are really friendly and always happy to help. And we're working as a team. You're never alone. So that's what I'm actually looking for every day, to just see the smile that on-site put on our customers' faces. I think they play a big role in my life.
It's really the people, it's the environment. It's watching people just keep going at it over and over again, and you know, like seeing different people try different things, watching people of all body types, body shapes, sizes really just figure their way out through a route. And yeah, that's pretty amazing.
はい、最近流行ってるって聞いてこれですかね。
私も
東京粉末仲間みんな友達。